good evening. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to do a little spirit reading. So it's Christmas Eve. I did not put out a video earlier today, if you're keeping track. But I thought it would be a really nice opportunity to do something for the holidays, for this evening especially, and something a little different than what I normally do on the channel. This is a little bit more spiritually focused. We are going to be tuning into the present energies, the things that we need to be conscious and aware of, especially as we navigate the holidays. There's always a lot going on this time of year, as I'm sure we all know. Mercury is in retrograde right now, so it is kind of bringing up tension and resistance in certain areas of our life that need to be looked at. And that's not always easy, right? Especially when we feel attacked or we feel like we're not being heard, seen, understood, etc. Maybe we hope for the best for the situation, or just that people would get off our back, right? Leave us alone. There is this vibe of, I don't know, just cattiness and things coming out of the woodwork, people saying things without really being prepared to follow through. And obviously, if you're tuning into this channel, you are not one of those people. No, I'm kidding. I hate doing that us versus them type vibe, the fear mongering, because really at the end of the day, it's about our own self, our life, the choices that we make. And I love helping people empower themselves to navigate out of the rougher situations, especially, this time of year. It has a lot of joy and celebration around it, but then there's also pain and sorrow and sadness that comes up too. Ooh, I didn't clear the energy. So yeah, let's start off with a clearing. I'm going to use the rosemary today because I feel like it's really good, especially this is an evening reading. This is going to be really helpful to clear out any negative blocks, energy that we might be picking up in the spiritual realms, like dream work, our memory, our emotions, things that are definitely connected to our relationships that sometimes aren't as easy to tackle as obstacles in the physical world, right? It takes just as much, if not even more, time and attention on our mind and spirit to find balance, because then it's harder to find it in the physical when we don't have those things in order and check. So if you would like to be open to receiving this clearing, definitely prepare your heart, your mind, your soul. You can always skip ahead if this is not your vibe. I just want to make sure to get it nice, and it also lights on fire very easily. Not trying to burn down my house yet. Okay. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. Spirit, I release and I remove any blocks and obstacles for the highest and best message. Anything that might be weighing down our heart, our mind, our soul, places that we feel vulnerable or not in control. I ask that you will release, bring healing, bring messages of peace and tranquility, so that we may see our way forward. Amen. All right, let's get going. Start out with the Sacred Rebel Oracle. I thought that this was a really good deck to bring out tonight. I love it. It's so great, especially when we're working on ways to empower ourselves. It taps into that sacred rebel within all of us. That part of us that when enough is enough, when we have been bullied or beaten or stomped on, we find that inner strength, that inner tenacity to rise above. And this message is more for the challenging things that we navigate. looking at how we can rise above. What are the steps that we need to take specifically in this holiday season, and then moving into the next year. So far away, right? So crazy. This year flew by. All right, let's get going. Okay. All right, hopefully you can see these. There is a little bit of a glare. I guess I can't see them. That would be helpful, Deborah. All right, so against the grain, this is that energy of the sacred rebel, right? Just what I was talking about, that Uranian energy, when we are willing to fight for ourselves, fight for the little man, the revolutionary ideas, maybe the things that people don't accept about you, or places they want you to fall in line. And I feel this stirring in your soul where you just don't want to do it anymore. You know, all the hubbub, the BS, the naysayers, it gets exhausting. So often we can get sucked into that and we forget to pay attention to ourselves and our own life. And I feel like there's definitely been this wake up lately in the collective, in people who want to grow, who want to be aware, who want to evolve. And I do feel like you're one of those people, and you're working with this energy, and it does feel very spiritual in nature, especially on this card. She's swimming through the water, but it's also kind of dreamlike because there's birds in the background, and it kind of taps back into what I was talking about earlier. If you have been having a lot of vivid dreaming, Spirit is definitely speaking to you through those messages. Obviously, not everything is taken literally, and dreams have many interpretations. So I really encourage you, write them down if you wake up, or try to look it up in the early, when you wake up in the morning. Like if you wake up in the middle of the night, write it down so you can look it up in the morning. If you wake up in the morning, look it up, right? Yeah, and I feel like it's a lot about what I was trying to get to, is it is the message that resonates with you, that fits for you, that feels correct in your situation. Like I said, I still want to come on. Okay. It is about listening to that inner guidance and not going into those spaces of fear of not doing something right, not being fearing worst case scenario, or trying to take on a message, sorry, that is not quite yours to take on. So freedom from judgment, free to love. I love that. And it definitely confirms what we were talking about earlier, that we're moving away from that judgment. We're moving away from the chains that have bound us to that judgment. When we would let someone say something and then change our trajectory just because they said something, versus really listening to what our heart, mind, and soul wanted. It's hard to sift through the BS. You know, people are people. There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on. They'll lie straight to your face. They'll tell you what you want to hear, just in order to control and manipulate the situation. And that's why it's so important to have our intuitive antennae up. But it looks like you're doing that. You know, there's this element of peace that is coming through. Even if you get triggered, riled up in a situation, something hurts your feelings, makes you want to cry, whatever it is, you're finding ways to balance quicker and easier, which I think is more powerful. And that really is what is giving you this freedom from judgment. And it feels to me like you're really laying down a new foundation, a new network with how that's gonna, with what's birthing, I should say, what's coming into physical manifestation. This is such a strong card. What you want wants you. Oh, I love this. There's an ammonite in the background. My son and I were watching Prehistoric Planet tonight, and it was so dope because, you know, they were basically showing the mating season of the ammonite and how they would rise to the surface of the water and their bodies would emanate this translucent light in certain rhythms and vibrations. And when looking for the best mate, they would choose someone specifically who could link up to that vibration. Otherwise, the female would say no thank you and move along. And it really just reminded me how that value of the law of attraction, like attracts like. What we think, feel about ourselves, our fears, our worries, our anxieties, those become magnets for the same thing, to invite people in that mirror those things back to us. And when we dream, when we desire new life, when we desire to leave a cycle behind, when we've learned the lesson enough, we have to remember that what we're dreaming of wants to be in our life. It is here, it is available for us to have. What we need to do is change that perspective and actually believe that we can have it. I do feel like you're moving more towards this, especially because you are finding peace and tranquility. You're not as afraid to stand in your confidence, especially against the people who don't want to see you succeed, who have something to say or want you to be, under their regime. I do think, and this has been a pretty consistent message throughout, that we still need to focus on our rest, our restoration, and replenishment. Again, not always the easiest energy as we are navigating the holiday season, but a necessary energy, because we all know, or we are learning, that wellness really is the strength of our foundation. The healthier we are, and I'm not talking about like body weight or cleanliness, it's not about the superficial wellness. It's about the authentic wellness, the holistic wellness, the mind, body, soul. When we are on a path of dharma, right? When we give our life intention and meaning, that is where we find our power. It is laying this incredibly strong network for us in order to, live a happy and fulfilled life and be able to make choices from a clear headspace. The chaos, the drama, the bullshit, it just makes things really confusing. It's that Neptune in Pisces energy where there's a lot of illusion, distrust. It's hard to see it clearly. Is this person really against me, or are they actually on my side? And we have to use our being, our mind, body, soul as our barometer. When it is out of whack, we can't gauge clearly, appropriately. These candles are wild. Sorry, I'm just waiting for something to light on fire and explode. We'll put good juju that doesn't happen tonight. But if it does, come find me. I don't know. I think that they have these little designs on them, and I think it makes it snap, crackle, pop. It reminds me of those trick candles that you use on a birthday cake and they never blow out, but they're like sparklers basically. I never understand those. It's like a disaster waiting to happen. Anyway, on my little tangent, sparklers are fun though, as a side note. So making sure to have fun with yourself, is what I'm saying. No pun intended on any level. But, I feel like the restoration and replenishment is a lot about just again, making sure each step of the way over the holidays, over the next couple weeks, continuing to tune in to what your mind, body, and soul is telling you. The Fool is coming out. I'm using this really beautiful angel deck. The angel is Vehua, and it is the exalting God. Will and new beginnings. Assist with difficult and great undertakings. So this is beautiful energy to start it out with, that we have the support, we have the assistance that we need. It might not be on the physical plane, and I think that's where the rub is right now, especially for a lot of the collective tension and chaos that's going on. This is a time of digging deep for our own support. We also have spirit guides, guardian angels, crossed over loved ones, archangels. We have a team of protection in the spirit world. It really is saying a prayer to whatever you believe in, to ask for that assistance to help you through. Because it is new beginnings. It is a complete fresh start. We got a little Bambi action going on, the wobbly legs when Bambi's first born and learning how to walk. It feels a little bit like this is new for you. You're starting to navigate something new. But it also feels, like I said, very peaceful and very powerful, which I love. Sorry, guys. Because it is dark in here, I can't see. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles. Angel Ihahua, the omniscient God, submission to higher order, identifies traitors and destroys their plans. Boom, shakalaka. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Such a powerful message. It's confirming the clarity that we have. You do see it correctly. Don't second guess yourself. Don't let someone talk you out of it, out of what you feel, what you see, what you're sensing. Yes, I think it's important to be mindful of the illusionary energy. So not letting your fear and anxiety create a story or get the best of you. But 9 of Pentacles is this energy of detachment. It's when we are so comfortable, confident within ourselves. We've busted our butt, to get to this certain place, and we're enjoying the fruits of our labor. And what I love about the 9 of Pentacles, because it is that energy of removing ourselves and focusing on what we have done, it gives us a little bit more clarity. It also gives us a different perspective on what's going on in our environment. And I do feel, because of that, it is giving us the capacity to see the other party, the other situation with complete clarity, and in a way that they don't want you to. But there is a sense, I get this sense, underneath the surface, they can feel that you do. Because again, the perspective has shifted. There's something about this. Okay, 10 of Cups, I love this. Hi, Aiel. God, master of the universe, divine warrior, confounds the wicked, brings victory and peace. When we are able to step into that power, we do find contentment, we do find happiness and fulfillment. It's interesting how the egoic mind works, where we buy into this illusion when we attach onto something and don't want to let it go. Even when it's not good for us, we buy into the illusion that if we can just get it to work, if we can just make it happen, if we can just sort it out in the way it should be, then we'll be happy. It's always that proverbial in the distance, right? But this is saying that when we have the clarity, when we step into that 9 of Pentacles energy, we do have victory, we do have success. We're weeding out the things that bring us down, that don't allow us to feel the beauty of who we are. It disconnects us from the beauty of who we are. But again, through the work that you've been doing this year, especially over these past couple weeks with all the stuff going on, it's confirming that you're seeing it correctly. There's a lot of truth. You can call them downloads, spiritual messages, intuition, our dream space, like I was talking about before. So we got the King of Wands in our energy to be aware of. This is Daniel, God the merciful judge, eloquence, give answers to those in doubt. So be careful of this King of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire energy. Someone who's confident. This feels a little overly confident. This feels like someone who is trying to change your perspective. Someone who will lie to you and tell you what you want to hear for their own benefit. They know how to use their words. They know how to get you to agree with them or side with them, even if in the process they're throwing you under the bus. This feels like the blame game, you know? It's someone treats you wrong and you're like, hey, I really didn't like that. Well, it's your fault because it's that vibe. And it doesn't even have to be a mean person. Maybe they say they're joking. Maybe it's, oh, well, you're too sensitive. You're too this, you're too that. King of Pentacles energy. So I'm laughing because in a previous reading this week, I don't remember what day it is, I apologize, but 3 kings came up. It was King of Pentacles, King of Wands, and maybe the King of Cups. I think it was the King of Swords, actually. That seems to make sense. So Lehaya, the adored God, obedience, causes harmony and peace, calms anger in anyone. So I don't know, it's to me, this is like, it does have this like boys club vibe. Okay, and there's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we got King, Queen of Pentacles, Mebhaya, eternal God, intellectual lucidity, provides consolation and compensation. So this is a team of 3 that you have to be very careful of. This could be family, you know, this could be someone, like I said, that has ulterior motives, that doesn't really want to fully divulge. This is also people who don't like you breaking away from whatever you used to be doing for them. You know, however you would compensate, make things fine, maybe wouldn't cause a lot of discord, etc. These are people that are talking about you. Page of Swords, Haha'ia, God the refuge. This is about refuge, governs dreams, confirmation right there, and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. So really pay attention to your dream space right now. I feel like it's going to give you key insight and key information that you need to be conscious and aware of. I feel like it's better to keep your mouth effing shut. That is what this is saying. Do not say anything. 9 of Pentacles energy. Watch, observe, let King of Wands, King, Queen of Pentacles say, do whatever they want. But take the information, process it before you rebuttal, is what I'm hearing. It's going to work out better for you in the long run. Page of Pentacles. So we, shoot, guys. Eziel, God sung above all, loyalty and allegiance, friendship and reconciliation. So someone wants to come back in. Someone wants that happy harmony, home, etc. They might even have people pushing them to do it. Queen of Swords energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Hemaiah, God, the hope of all earth, ritual and ceremony, can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. So what I'm hearing for you is don't feel like you are dependent on these people for your well-being. They might even try to threaten you indirectly, making you feel like you don't have resources and tools. They might threaten to bring you down, tarnish your name, gossip, whatever it is. But I feel like it's all just a ploy. I feel like it's someone with all bark and no bite. That's what I'm hearing. And the Queen of Swords stepping into that power for you means, again, that you're able to judiciously, rationally look at the situation, look at what's being said to you, and choose accordingly, and seeing it very clearly. What is going to make it feel, what is going to make you question yourself is this group of people over here. Whether it's just one person talking to you or it's all these other people who like want to put in their 2 cents. And I feel like that again confirms why it's so important to take care of ourselves, rest and replenishment. As soon as you get through this, as soon as you move through whatever the F this is, it's like this amazing, beautiful power. We have, oh no, 8 of Pentacles. I can't read it. I don't know why I pretend like I can. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. So this is all about, it's like Spirit is congratulating you for doing the work. Spirit is, you know, I see this situation being difficult, being sticky, provoking you. Maybe you want to react in a certain way and you're choosing not to. You're choosing the higher path, which is amazing and beautiful, and continue to do it. Don't second guess yourself. You have so much protection. You have so much clarity around you. You see exactly as you ought to see it. And I don't feel like this is coming from fear necessarily. I mean, obviously, check in, you know, it's important. I am reading for a lot of people, big collective energy. Let's close it off with a guardian angel card. These are so amazing. I'm going to actually read out of the book too if I have some time, because I love these messages. They're so beautiful. Okay, the guardian angel of the children. I honor the precious child within me. I nourish and cherish all new beginnings. So confirmation on those new beginnings. Obviously, we can have children, and if so, I do feel like, you know, your children are protected. I feel like that is a confirmation right there. Yeah, okay. This is also like our own inner child. Tap it, you know, and I think that especially because we are Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of wounding, a lot of core wounding that's being triggered for us. So it's so important to take care of ourselves, take care of our inner child. Obviously, we want to take care of our little people children too, and big people children. You know, children are just such an amazing gift and blessing to this world. They really remind us what is truly appropriate and valuable in the world, right? We get so distracted as adult people. So the guardian angel of children can help you protect the child within who longs to feel safe and loved. Look after all new beginnings in your life. Honor what is young and fresh in your life. This is such a powerful new beginning, especially as we transition into the new year. I hope and pray that you are taking care of your mind, your body, and soul. You totally deserve it. I love where you're headed, where you are going, what is in store for you. It is big, it is amazing, it is beautiful. You're doing it, you're almost there. Keep on that path and don't let the BS, you know, don't let it cloud your judgment, you know. All right. Happy holidays. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending all the love and blessings your way.